that's 6 hours of drawing between now and then. Alrighty, so a little disorganized. Let's see. Let's get a chat window open. Waiting. Here we go. Hooray! Who? Ray? All right. I see 0 eyeballs. Excellent. I'm all by myself. So I was just editing a video on my phone, and I don't remember. I don't remember is not the proper start of the next sentence. The next sentence is, I didn't have time to finish editing it, so I'll have to do that after the live stream. Right. What's next? Next, I need to find the image I was working on yesterday. So let's go back to recent. Yeah, I think that's it. There we go. Yes. All right. Yeah, we'll start in fresco. It's kind of a tradition around here. Tradition. It's kind of a cheap application of that word. It's a habit. It's an established. Until it's finished loading. There we go. Hey, now I will get the chat window, chat tab back open. Right. Come on. Right, now I'm going to bring in some reference imagery. I'm going to snatch this pose, and I'm going to use it in the comic. I usually like to draw to the right of my reference. All right, and I'm not trying to duplicate by any stretch, this image. I'm just borrowing from the pose. All right, let's grab that tone, just take out a little, and just drop it in here. I've discovered that I don't really like to draw on white, which is ridiculous because paper is white, right? Mostly. White paper is white anyway. So we're just going to grab a slightly darker color and a very basic tool. Ooh, just spin it around. Just a little warm up. All right. So let us delete that layer. Once again, put down a tone to draw on. How about a layer? There we are. And now, I think this is some table tennis champion here. I don't know his name, although I saw it. It's in the file name for this image. Wow. I have to say, I don't like that at all. So, let's close the lasso, erase, deselect, and let's try that again. I wonder what he's doing with his feet there. I'm guessing his left, which would be over on this side, would be weight bearing. It's probably in a wide stance, so he's, both are really weight bearing, but okay, his head is tilted this way. All right, shoulder is really up like that. So this clavicle is going to be way up here. This one's going to be way down here. Alrighty. Okay, except this guy is one of our rehab patients, and maybe he even thinks he's in prison. So he's going to be wearing like a wife beater. Okay, but our tabletop is, let's see, that's the top of the net. And that's the tabletop. The tabletop is well below his elbow, so it's like that. And the face. I'm not going to get too detailed with the face. I'll do that over in Clip Studio. So I got up early to watch Star Trek Voyager today. What can I remember about it? No, it's not Voyager, it's Discovery. Well, we get to see the big bad boss lady of the Orion. It's not the Orion Syndicate anymore. It's the something chain, the Emerald Chain. It's Orion pirates and the blue guys with the antenna, Andorians. They are in a partnership, which is an improbable partnership because they are antagonists in the old Star Wars or Star Trek universe. Anyway, it was okay. There was one groaner scene where one character provides her pronouns and it's they, them. And then there's another scene later where the doctor and Stamets, the chief engineer, who are a gay couple, they are talking about this other character, and this other character is asleep or apparently asleep, like at her workplace, just exhausted because she's been working so hard, not because she's lazy. And they make sure to use her, they, them pronoun in discussing her like a dozen times in the span of one scene. Just, really, really drive it home. And I found that somewhat obnoxious, but, not enough to complain about or write home about or, post to Twitter about or anything like that. As I've mentioned before, I'm really ready to like Star Trek Discovery, and I don't need any help in not liking it. I need help in liking it. All right, here's our dude. All right, well, I can't get too detailed there. I'm going to give him kind of crazier hair. Okay. All right, and so let's see here. Here's the net. Goes all the way across here. I'm not going to put all that in right now. All right. And the ball's over here somewhere. Not that big. Like that. The ball should always be blurred. All right. I guess I'm happy with that. I can do that. I'm not going to export this as a time lapse, but I'm going to watch it as a time lapse. Still nobody watching the video. Or the live stream, I should say. But, it's not a huge problem. I'm still getting work done. Yep, there it is. Not in real time. All right, good enough. I am going to do a quick export. We'll call it, more important than what we call it is where we put it. Come on, Gebio, sketches. All right, I'm going to make a pot of coffee, everybody. So, tell you what. What will I do to entertain you while I'm making coffee? Let's see. Just listen to one of my recent videos. How about that? So, studio. Not the most recent, but how about... Wow. Let's go way back. What about this one? Guns, knives, and batons. Hey everybody, check this out. When I just sleep on it, don't wash it, it's kind of a Kim Jong-un do. So,
Last video I put up was about how, not for the first time, but again, I'm window shopping for firearms, and specifically shotguns, and more specifically what are called security shotguns or tactical shotguns. They're not meant for hunting. They're not general purpose, country living tools. They are strictly home defense or, security work, and I don't do security work. A few people have commented that now is a really bad time to buy because demand is so high that the, supply-demand balance is... All right, this Canon M50. I love it, but man, always have more of these on hand. Nature Bats Last writes, this is a very crappy time to buy. Zealous demand gleefully outstrips supply. To throw it out there, offer to trade a few hours of your online talents to a local gun shop /FFL. I didn't look up that acronym, and it doesn't spark any full phrase in my mind. With no or poor online presence. Yeah, here's the thing about that. Creating online content. I've committed to creating enough of my own online content that I consistently miss, my own self-imposed deadlines for my own stuff. Sometimes even for the people who, are paying $7 a month or even $8 a month for the old schoolers for the C-ROM Vault podcast. So I cannot offer to trade, my online content production skills for anything other than money. That is just the reality, of the amount of time, focus, energy, and diligence that I have at my disposal and command. But, I've been looking at not, just general nationwide websites about, firearms and reading reviews, but actually going to the websites of local businesses and checking to see what they have in stock and what they're charging for it. And it's just, the whole of Vermont, the whole state has fewer than 1 million people in it. Most of them are up around Burlington. I'm down in the south, the southeast corner of the state. There's very little population here, and most of the people around here who are from here they're already loaded. They already have all the firearms they need, and there's just not that many, newcomer city slicker types, blue tribers who moved here because they can sell a house in California and buy a mansion here. There's just not enough of them to have a serious run on the gun supply here. And I don't think that people from out of state are trekking here, just to buy a $200 shotgun. So as far as I can see, commenters might be right about this on the national scene, but in my locality, it just doesn't seem to be the case. But at the same time, I'm just not in a huge hurry to make any sort of decision. And yeah, maybe 6 months from now, prices will be lower. Maybe 6 months from now, it'll be total chaos, total bedlam, and it'll be too late. I'll already be dead. Whatever. I'm willing to take that chance. I'm pretty confident that I won't be dying a violent death. That it's going to be a disease of civilization that gets me. Anyway, somebody else suggested that I get a Rambo knife and an Xbox. Well, I waste plenty of time just with casual games like Plants vs. Zombies on a tablet. I don't need an Xbox. That would be, not as bad as a heroin addiction, but certainly moving in the wrong direction. A Rambo knife. Now, Rambo knife or a Crocodile Dundee knife, it's a short sword, basically, that you carry around and pretend is a knife. I've actually thought about knives as a, self-defense option. And I certainly wouldn't get a big knife. If I was going to get a knife, it'd be a little, tiny karambit style, just a short little either angled blade or curved blade. Something that I can conceal and carry with me. But legally speaking, man, you're better off with a firearm than you are with a knife. It's really hard to claim self-defense, with a weapon where you have to get up right in somebody's business, and wield it mano a mano. The best position to be in a knife fight is non-participant, preferably even non-spectator, like not present on the scene, no knowledge of what happened, no involvement in it whatsoever. I did look up an article comparing different types of knives for self-defense, and I just want to read the opening paragraphs to you because these are great. What's the best knife for self-defense purposes? The evidence points to not using a knife for self-defense in the first place. The legal ramifications for drawing a knife in a self-defense situation are tenuous at best, even in knife-friendly locales. The combination of luck and skill required to successfully use a knife as a self-defense tool is daunting. The likelihood of injuring yourself versus who is attacking you must also be considered. Did we also mention that the knife that's good as a self-defense tool is typically dramatically impractical for day-to-day tasks? So with that common sense stuff, why bother creating a list of self-defense knives in the first place? 2 reasons. 1, it's better to be prepared for something that won't happen than to be surprised by something that does, and something is better than nothing. And 2, some of these knives are cool. It's okay to like cool things because they're cool. You're among friends here. So when I say karambit style, here's one, the first one that they recommend, this Fox Knives Folding Karambit. I would be more likely to go with something like this. I don't know if it's Ka-Bar or K-Bar. K-Bar sounds better to me, but K-A dash sounds like a short A to me, so Ka-Bar TDI. Kind of a karambit inspired, but it's, particularly when you look them up on Amazon, they're all described as being for police work. If I were gonna get a knife for self-defense, it would probably be something like that. But for opening those Amazon packages, I'm going to stick with my handy-dandy box knife. So, other self-defense things that I've thought about, and why am I thinking about self-defense right now? Largely, it's just a procrastination strategy. I should be in the house drawing right now, and here I am sitting at the picnic table outside, talking into a camera about self-defense tools, which I look at online and in all likelihood am never going to purchase. But if I were going to make a purchase today, if I were going to go inside, put something in my Amazon shopping cart and have it sent to me, it would probably be one of those telescoping police batons. And I think one of the things about this particular weapon that the black-clad freedom fighters on the streets don't realize is that, yeah, you can really mess somebody up with it by hitting them in the head, but the most practical use of this weapon is to strike people in the hands and the forearms to basically disable them so that they cannot continue fighting, and then you disengage. Because no matter how mad you are, no matter what a jerk somebody else is being, no matter how much you despise their point of view, and you visualize them as just an avatar for that point of view that you despise, after you beat their brains in, you're going to regret it. If you're a total frickin' sociopath, you're going to regret it because you're probably going to be facing jail time and a criminal record and just a whole bunch of unfun that you could have avoided had you disengaged. And if you're not a sociopath, you're just going to feel bad about beating somebody's brains in later, no matter what a jerk they are. I mean, right now, perhaps you're frustrated by things and you can just call up a stereotypical image of a person who believes something that you despise, and you can feel so good just imagining yourself swinging that baton and bashing their brains in, cracking their skull, painting the pavement with their blood. If you imagine doing it in the future, if you're anything like me, that fantasy probably feels great, but the reality of it in hindsight would suck. I predict this with absolute confidence. So, again, probably not going to buy that thing. What's really on my mind? I'll tell you a small subset of you about that in the second video that I'm going to shoot today, which starts as soon as I can hit this camera button twice. So, I'll see some of you quite soon.
It's a fact. In the new economy, average...
Go away. All right. Yeah, that was an old video. I just got up to make coffee and I thought I'd throw on a video rather than just leave, the screen motionless. I'm not sure what you're looking at. I don't have a forest poster. I have some plants. I have house plants behind me. Maybe that's what you're looking at. Anyway. Oh. You're talking about the video that was playing. That was me just sitting outside. Those are just trees. No technology involved in bringing you those trees. Oh, I just closed the chat. Gosh. All right. Restream. Chat. There we go. Okay. So this all goes over there. And close this. All right. Let us bring in that sketch that I just did. So it's in Gebio. Reference. Humans. This dude. Oh, no, I didn't want to bring in the photo. Darn it. All right. I wanted to bring in the drawing, which I put someplace else, didn't I? Maybe that's in live stream drawings. Oh, this is my bane. File management. I just did the drawing. I just exported it a few minutes ago. Where did I put it? All right. Well, not here. You might want to look into that about a buck now. It's going to go higher in my estimation, a lot higher. Unless I close the chat accidentally, I can't see anything earlier than the thing that I just read, which begins with the single word ticker and then a period. You wrote, yeah, Parker, I was like, gee, it's really warm and green in Vermont for this time of year. Oh, is Parker in the chat too? I didn't see Parker's message. Let's see. Reference. Humans. Okay. So it's going to make me go and open Fresco again to find out where I put that drawing that I just did. Yeah, I knew it was an old vid. I had seen it before. I will repost my original comment. RACMF. Is that Loop Insights Inc. ticker I mentioned before? I don't think Ed's on the call yet or in the chat, so he's the one who's going to be interested in the investments. Parker says, hello, I clicked on your stream and the first thing I see is you saying I should be drawing, but I'm outside talking into the camera, which was false. It was a false statement. Now, I can't claim to have been drawing at that exact moment because I was actually making coffee. All right, so here's the drawing. Let's try exporting it again. Quick export. Oh, I put it in sketches. Oh, God. And it's already there. New kid, ping pong. All right. Sketches. I put it in sketches. There he is. Okay. Let us bring down the opacity. And then shrink this dude. Shrink, shrink, shrink. Shrink him more. Well, maybe not too much more. Just need to leave room for the dialogue. So we're going to leave it at that for now. And what's this one? Yeah. Okay, so definitely needs to be smaller. Let's see. All right, I think what I need to do actually is rearrange this text so it's more of a vertical over here. So we're going to put this dude like up there. Just the top of the table in frame so it's clear that he is playing table tennis. All right, now Parker asks, does Rose ever join you at this new afternoon time? No, because it is 2:30 p.m. here in Vermont. It is 3:30 a.m. in Cebu City, Philippines. So no, that's just never going to happen. And if she's up in the middle of the night like this, the last thing I would recommend is getting on the live stream here. Let's see. Nope, that was the only new comment. Okay. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to put on the glove so my hand doesn't mess up the screen. All right. And now, copy all that. All right. All right. Now what do we got? All right. I should have thought of that. Well, you don't have the same pressing need that I do to always keep in mind what time it is on the other side of the planet. All right. Actually, I don't need to trim that because I'm just going to use it as a basis for a sketch. So let's put the new kid below the sketch layer. And let's get to sketching. Let's get to sketchying. All right. First of all, here's the top of our net. And there's the top of the table. And whoa, not that. Let's try that again. Let's see. There we are. That's good. All right, so that pinky finger's pretty large. I'm going to look over at the chat in just a sec. What do we got? Oh, nothing. No reason to look at the chat. All right, look at this weird nose this guy's got. This is just an effect of me drawing in, what is the name of that program? Fresco, which, because I don't have a touchscreen interface here, it doesn't easily allow me to zoom in, which is actually useful because, you know, in Clip Studio Paint here, I can zoom in to a ridiculous degree and fuss over details that 99 people out of 100 are never going to notice when they look at this. Okay. You know, his mouth is off center, kind of weird looking, but I like it. Move it down a little. There. All right. He's got Liam Neeson nose, does he? It's a pretty generic nose, I think. Let's give him some strong eyebrows. There we are. What was that? My phone calling to me from across the room saying, KMO, forget about the damn drawing. Come pick up your phone, man. Look at your phone. There's all kinds of important stuff that you need to see. Vital information here on your phone. Come look at it. You know what I say to that? I say, fuck you, phone. Eat a bag of dicks. That's what I say. An insult from Archer, which I thought was ridiculous at first. It's really grown on me. It's really grown on me. All right. What else? What else? The ball. All right. What am I doing? Help me out. Oh. Let's see. We can turn off the sketch and we can look at the original nose. That's a Liam Neeson nose. Interesting. All right. So this morning, woke up this morning, smile at the rising sun, three little birds. No. Think clearly, dude. There you go. That's what you're looking for. There we are. And the whole sketch here can slide to the right a little bit. Okay. Oh, I suppose while we're here, High Nose Bridge. Parker, are you still with us? What are you up to? All right. We need another dialogue. Actually, it's narration. Here. And one. Not woon. One. And should not be bold. Yeah. Put it lower and then voila. Or as I like to say, viola. All right. Oh, you know what? The evil phone has an accomplice on my wrist. Oh, it's a message from Comcast, actually. They must know I have a TV. They've sent me, or they've offered to send me a free, I forget what they call it, but it's a box that has a voice-activated remote, and all your streaming apps are in one place on it. Right now, I have a Roku TV, and that won't change. But the menu is it's not very easy to navigate, particularly for YouTube using just a remote control to try to type in the names of things I'm searching for. It's very laborious. All right. All right, we need our net. How am I going to do the net? I absolutely positively do not wish to draw the net. But I might have to. How do we do it? How do we do it? I mean, I don't mind drawing the top of the net. It's the mesh that I don't want to draw. Maybe there is a cross-hatching pattern that I can use that comes with the program. What do we got? Okay. Chromatic. Cross-hatching? No. It's all way too arty. I need something. I just need a net. I just need a... What have we here? Come on. All right. My Cintiq seems to be frozen. All right, now, pattern. What a pain. How about the menus? They don't work. Can I change tools? No. All right, so we just wait. We just wait. The material cannot be completely downloaded from the cloud. Do you want to start Clip Studio and download it? No, I do not. What do we got here? Basic. Dot, parallel line, sand pattern. Nope. Oh, come on. There's got to be like a net. Close pattern, Japanese pattern, flower pattern. Oh, bother. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to make use of the parallel line ruler. And we'll select the special ruler, parallel line, step of angle 45, right? Okay, so we'll go to the... This I only want to do once, so we're going to do it in ink first. And that'll be its own layer. So, new vector layer, and we're going to call it net ink. All right. And this, let's see, we'll bring that back because this is all going to be in white. Here's the top of the net. Just drawn it freehand, so it's a little bit irregular. All right, now parallel line ruler, like that. Then let's make it a very small pen, like say 5. Yeah. Make it a 7, actually. And we're just going to do this. And I'm going to blur all this net. I mean, that's why I'm putting it on its own layer. I'm going to blur it so that it comes across as a extreme foreground element. All right, and now we delete that layer, or we delete the ruler, and we start a new ruler, and we make it roughly 45 degrees in the other direction. All right, and rinse and repeat. No new chat information to deal with. What's up there, folks? Nope, not like that. Hey, does anybody know about Doug Lane having a video removed by YouTube for something absolutely ridiculous? I'm supposed to interview him about that pretty soon, and I have not yet brought myself up to speed on the exact details of what he's accused of. All right, there's our net. So now, and delete. All right, there we go. There's our net. But for now, let's put it down here and put it away. And we'll put that away. And I'm going to do some fake perspective. No, not white. It's all right, Les. You are not required or even expected to keep me company here. I am expected to do some work, and that is the only requirement of these sessions. All right. What am I doing? Ink. Let's call it character ink. All right. Anybody seen the new Star Trek Discovery? I watched it first thing this morning. I got up early because my back was still hurting, even though I'd only slept 5 hours. And the first thing I did, first thing I did was make coffee. But the first non-routine thing I did was watch Star Trek Discovery. What do we got? New messages. Don't watch Discovery. Last Mandalorian was pretty good. The Last Mandalorian, I've seen it twice now, and I've seen clips from it on YouTube many times, and wow, it was gorgeous. Gorgeous setting, good translation of Ahsoka from the animated medium to the live action. Lots of very Akira Kurosawa type, setups. Kurosawa was very fond of having, strong wind in a scene, blowing stuff around as his characters, walk, approach one another from opposite ends of the town for their showdown. So we got some of that in Ahsoka's battle with Elsbeth. Was that her name? Basically the person who seems to be the protege of Grand Admiral Thrawn. Very excited to see Grand Admiral Thrawn in The Mandalorian. I mean, we haven't seen him yet, but it seems like he's being set up. I can't wait. That'll be excellent. And I certainly don't blame anybody for not watching Discovery, particularly after the first 2 horrific seasons. This third one is better, in my opinion. Mandalorian seems like they have a few sets of writers, all different caliber. Some are really good, some decent, some meh. I haven't been paying attention to who's been writing the individual episodes, except for this last one. The last one was written and directed by Dave Filoni, who was the showrunner for Star Wars The Clone Wars, where Ahsoka got her start, and also Star Wars Rebels, and Ahsoka's a character in that as well. So, definitely appropriate that he be the writer and director of the episode that introduces the live-action version of that character. Let's see. All right, and now let's get the tones going. The tones. Now, the episode this season, which was the most fillery episode for me, the one that just seemed to be marking time, taking up space, and not really advancing the plot much, was the one where they crashed on that ice planet with the spiders. That didn't really seem to move us forward very much. And I think that one, it was definitely directed by Dave Filoni. I don't know if he wrote it. All right. Hey, I have an idea. What else? What else? Well, since we're on Character Inc. and I'm on the layer, and let's just stick with that. Except I don't like his mouth here, so let's go to the sketch layer and we'll select the mouth. And let's squeeze it a bit. All right, now character ink. So Pix is in the foreground. She will have the heaviest lines in the whole picture as her outline, like a 10. Oh boy, how should her hair look? Not like that. What can I do? Like that. Something like that. Her upper arm is too long. All right. Glad I noticed that now, and not 2 minutes from now. Let's see. All right, so back on the sketch layer, let's see. How's that tray looking? Nope, trays are longer than that. There are rectangles, not squares, kind of like that. All right. See what I mean about zooming in and wasting time on details that nobody's going to notice? Look at how big that tray is in the grand scheme of this whole page. Anyway, in for a penny, in for a pound, or whatever. Or whatever. Let's see. Let's get back to the ink. Black ink, please. 10, yeah. And just freehanding the tray. What do we got? Nothing new. All right. And let's get a linear ruler right there. Rodney, what's up? There we go. Still don't like it. All right. I'll just ink it as it is drawn. I see movement. What do we got? Hey, Lauren. You are not still on Burt Street, are you? No, I am not. I am in Hospital Court, where I have lived for about 3 years now. Three-year anniversary is either just coming up or just passed. I'm not sure which. Oh. Tell you what, I will send you a quick email with my current address. And I'm even going to be super cheap about it. I'm just going to go to Gmail and I'm going to search for my house number and see if I can find an email that already has my address in it. Huh. Oh well, I'll just type it out. All right. So I just sent that information to your Gmail. Oh, you want my phone number too? Let's see. Sent. Reply. There you go. I have sent a second email with my phone number. Alrighty. What else? What's next? Oh, I'm still working on this foreground imagery here. Wow. The perspective is definitely off. Oh well, that's how it goes. Okay. Yeah, I put it all in the email for you. I actually don't live in a house. I live in a professional building. My apartment used to be a doctor's office. There's an exit sign above my door. All right, fetching more coffee. This is my message. Oh, cat hears human in the kitchen. Thinks there's something there for her. There's not. Oh, I suppose. We have a treat. Here. Wait. It's on the plate, cat. You just have to eat it. Nothing complicated. Pushing levers or doing anything like that. It's all just right there. All right. Back at it. Oh, earlier, Les, you wrote, you all ready to leave for Puerto Rico KMO once COVID hysteria dies down off or of? I don't know at this point. I'm not sure. Okay. I was putting her hair on the background layer. So let's kill the foreground layer, go back to the background layer. Get rid of all this. What do we got here? Oh, nothing. Thought I saw movement. All right. Character ink. I don't like that. So what I will do is just fill it all in, and I will put the highlights in white later. New messages. Do you, I guess that's ever, remember your dreams, Kamo? Sometimes I do, but not regularly, no. And sometimes I'll catch a flash of a dream and I'll realize, wow, that's from years ago. And then other connected parts of the dream will start to surface in my memory. But, I might be remembering a dream from 3-4 years ago, but last night's dreams, nothing. I got nothing. I used to keep a dream journal, and I used to be not good, but, okay at inducing lucid dreams. That was decades ago. Alrighty. Moving right along. Character ink. Why do you ask, Lauren, about dreams, that is? That all looks kind of weird. Let's see. Oh, oh, that was Les who asked. Do I ever remember my dreams? Some of dreams have been prophetic. When I was young, I'd have a dream, and I wouldn't recall it until what was happening to me reminded me that I dreamt the same exact situation at night or a few nights ago. I've had dreams that felt like they were meaningful or felt like contact from some real entity, but never anything that was super prophetic that I recall anyway. There's my phone again, making those noises. James Randi died recently. He was that famous old guy who liked to go around debunking stuff. Yeah, no, I met James the Amazing Randi. I had a philosophy teacher at community college in Kansas City, Missouri. His name was Verl Muir, and he was a very active member of the skeptics community, and he had a psychic show that he would do and get people convinced that he had psychic powers, and then he would say, nope, I'm not a psychic. Psychics are bullshit. This was a trick. Here's how I did it. And he was friends with Paul Kurtz and James Randi and an Indian skeptic and debunker whose name I forget, but he brought all those people to Penn Valley Community College to talk to us about belief and skepticism and flim flam. So yeah, I've had lunch with James Randi. That's been a while. It was in the 80s, late 80s. Do this freehand? No, that ain't happening. All right. I bet Bromure is dead now. He was not exactly what you'd call a health nut. He drank heavily and often and seemed to show no interest whatsoever in exercise, which, for me is kind of telling. I mean, to be down on religious people for dysfunctional beliefs, but then to, not take care of your health. Anyway. I tell you, one of my big regrets, that lunch that I had with James Randi and several other skeptics in the Kansas City area. We ate at Gates and Sons Barbecue, and that's when I was a vegetarian, and I didn't have any of that fine barbecued meat. Anyway. And net. Here's the net again. Oh yeah, I've got to turn the layer on. And this one I can just use a regular old line tool. All right. How long were you a vegetarian for? I tried it for a whole year just to see what the rage was about. A full-on vegetarian, probably somewhere around a year or two, but for most of my 20s, I did not eat beef or pork. When I lived in Japan, I did eat seafood. And for at least part of the time I lived in Japan, I also ate chicken. So, the just avoiding beef and pork, that was probably right around 10 years. Maybe 12 years. Something along those lines. All right. What else? Derek again. Now this, I like this image of Derek. So I'm going to go to a lot of trouble to shade this one nicely. Lauren says, Jack and I were vegan when we lived on the commune. Well, that wasn't really your choice now, was it? And for a couple of years after. We were sick a lot. Yeah. Need those complex amino acids, Lauren. But that could have been the outhouses too, lol. Yeah. Living on the farm in the commune days was not the healthiest choice. At least physically. Come on, Character Ink. Where is that layer? There. Oh, and there's a ruler there. Let's delete it. Okay. Oh, not white. Black. Soybeans and white flour tortillas. Yep. We definitely eat meat now, and only free-range organic. Know your cow is my motto. Yeah. I don't follow that practice, but I do admire it. What's happening? No, it's an eraser. Gosh darn it, I've done it again. That needs to be a smaller line. Let's see. Never tried. Guys should probably stay from eating too much soy when you can. Yeah, I don't eat much soy. we'll have the occasional tofu, like in a restaurant or something. I never buy it and prepare it at home. Les says I'm a big fan of blood sausage, haggis, tripe soup, head cheese, tongues, and liver. I can never be a complete vegetarian. I'm not wild about liver, I have to say. I meant the beef. Lezik, are you in Great Britain? No, Lezik is in Poland. All right. What else? What's next? Pix. Hey, Pix. Good to see you again. Character Inc. Let's go even smaller for her details. Lauren, how many cats do you have right now? Should I do this? One, but Joe and Teresa have two, so three altogether. Oh, okay. Do you get cicadas in Vermont? I tried those one summer. You collect them when they're molting and then fry them. They taste like almonds. No, I'm too far north here for cicadas. Get them in Arkansas. Oh, you like that nose? Good. So, with Joyce, and this isn't Joyce, this is Pix, but with Joyce, the temptation is to make her, super skinny and just make her look like a fashion model when I need her to be muscular and buff and, not even muscular in a sort of gym hard body sexy way, but like even a bulky way, the sort of muscular that most women say they want to avoid when lifting weights. I need Joyce to look like that. And with Pix, I want her to have a wide nose and, as Rose would say, chinky eyes. And the temptation again with Pix is to make her just more conventionally beautiful, and I don't want her to be conventionally beautiful. And she is absolutely flat as a board, flat-chested. All right. Now it's time to return to the sketch layer. Oh, actually, it's time to save the file. Very important. Alexa, set a timer for 12 minutes.
12 minutes, starting now.
Why didn't you eat beef or pork, KMO? I was under the impression that they were not healthful foods. And beef cattle, but even more so, pigs. They're pretty smart animals, and the conditions under which they're raised, in a factory setting, are pretty abhorrent. So there was an animal cruelty aspect to it as well. These breaths sure were riding way too high. Let's Grab them and drag them down a bit. More like that. I tried dolphin when I was young. Wow. But I regret it now because I wouldn't eat anything I couldn't kill myself. I could kill a pig, fish, cow, or chicken. Don't think I could do a dolphin in. Yeah. Certainly not with a harpoon or something, not a hand thrown weapon. Imagine it would be easier to do with one of those big cannons that they have on the whaling ships, but that's not how people catch dolphins. I don't know if I actually tried it, but somebody showed me a can of whale meat when I was living in Japan. And Japanese people, even in the 90s, even like young people in their teens and 20s, were adamant that whaling was part of Japanese culture, and that Western moral busybodies had no business telling the Japanese they couldn't hunt whales. I have a friend who lives in Omaha who lifts weights competitively. She probably has the body you are looking for with Joyce. Could be. I know an actress here who's also an aerialist, and she's quite fit. And she's going to do we're going to record some Geb scripts. I'm going to do the voices for Derek and VZ. And she's going to do the voices of Joyce and Ed. And we're going to need to get somebody to play Steve. And we'll need to get somebody to play Marcus and Pix. But we'll start with, I'll just start writing scripts that she and I can just do by ourselves. But let me show you what she looks like. Let's see. Let's pop this over to the main screen. I don't like the idea of hunting whales, but I also don't like the idea of telling the Japanese what to do. All right, so let's see. I don't have an Instagram window open. How interesting. Here's Darth Talon. That's a cool Star Trek imagery here. There's another good one of Darth Talon. Anyway, let's go Instagram. And here. So that is B. She was actually on a recent Sea Realm Vault podcast. She's the one who's, a natural blue triber who just couldn't take it anymore, and now maybe has overcorrected and become a dyed-in-the-wool, alternative red triber. Certainly not a traditional, tax cut crazed Republican, but a Tim Pool adherent and follower of what I would call heterodox, but maybe a little too a little too strident. Even for me, and I know I can be strident. Anyway, she's powerfully built. Ed or Paul could do Steve. I hadn't thought about that. I was trying to think of people locally. Oh, and what's going on? There's a message on WhatsApp. That I shall not check in front of the crew here. Let's see. And the WhatsApp message I just received was from B, the person I just showed you. She just sent me pictures of Mocha that she took when she was here. All right. Putting that away, picking up the stylus and the tab mate. All right, so she's wearing... Right. Okay. Converts are the most strident. Yeah, particularly new converts. Yeah. Familiar phenomenon. Alexa, stop. All right, that was my top of the hour reminder to get up and stretch. Choice only has one antenna. What's up with that? Let's get the other one in there. And then save, and now get up and stretch. Oh, Mocha. How is Mocha? Mocha's doing all right. She is 15 years old now. And she's strictly indoor these days, given my living situation. It just wouldn't work for her to be an outdoor cat. And she's asleep right now, but she spends every waking moment pretty much stuck to me or... Oh, yeah, I'm talking about you. Here, I will grab the picture of Mocha that B just sent and show you. Copy image? Sure, why not? Let's go over here and paste it and zoom out so we can find the pasted image. There she is. So let's see. Mocha. Here I am not stretching. I'll drag her down into this panel. And then zoom in. Oops, what am I doing? Come on. There we go. All right, there you are. There's Mocha. Oh, to stretch. Oh. Meow. Tell me all about it, kitty. Yeah. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Wow. That was not much of a stretch. Try it. This is the message. All right. Back to work. Sketch. Right. All right, back to character ink, black ink. Let's see. Oh, I don't have the chat visible. Sorry, folks. Let's see. No, I missed a lot. All right. She definitely has the bicep definition going on. Nice. Is she listening in? Or was it serendipity? I would guess serendipity. We were talking about having her join me on a Zoom call here on the live stream. And the problem with getting guests for the live stream is the same problem I'm having with the podcast right now. I just can't really bring myself to put on my producer's hat, to compare calendars with people and set up times. All right. Cats conquered the earth, basically not even trying. Well, they just slipped into the whole human civilizational dynamic and rode it. They're our masters and we're their servants. Fiona would agree to that. 25% of all YouTube and Instagram content is cats doing funny or stupid things. I prefer dogs because they are loyal, but cats are much less of a hassle, and that goes a long way. Yes, I love me some dogs, no question. But they are more effort than cats. They require more from us. So, while I very much want to have a dog, I pretty much will always have a cat, unless Mocha dies quite soon, in which case I will not replace her, because I need to be able to move. I need to be mobile, ready to jump. All right. I guess cats do serve a function. Their utility is based on ridding cities of vermin and therefore limiting disease spread and protecting stored foodstuffs. That's what the cat's PR people will tell you. But typically, predatory carnivores do not hunt their prey species to extinction. They don't eradicate them. So while they'd certainly eat mice and rats, they don't necessarily get rid of mice, and rats. All right, yeah. Another temptation is to give Joyce a very slender face, but nope, she has a round face. Decidedly round face. What do we got? Kind of like how we have police to manage or prevent crime, not even necessarily to stop it. Right. Mice avoid places that are marked by cat urine. Wisely so. Now what? Interestingly enough, the toxoplasmosis infected mice are undeterred and therefore perish, enabling the protozoan life cycle. Yep. Here, I'm gonna find a video for y'all to watch. I can't play it here, or I'll get a copyright warning. But let's see, Tier Zoo Cats. Stop. Here's the link. Y'all can watch it on your own. Come on, what's going on here? Okay, sketch off. Oh, did I? No, okay, I see. Anybody here watched season 11 of Archer? He's out of the coma now, for which I am grateful. The coma thing was not working for me. Oh, didn't do that one. All right. You know what? We'll just do it. We'll cheat it. Just use the line tool. All right. Right. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? Nope, not that. Try again. There we go. Oh, we don't have character tones yet. All right. There. You mentioned Archer, and I started watching, but didn't like it too much. Shows that are watchable for me: The Boys, Rick and Morty, and The Mandalorian. That's pretty much it, I think. We'll see if I can stand The Expanse this season, but last season I forced myself through. Well, I would say if you didn't get through season 1 of Archer that you give it another shot. It gets really funny. Alrighty. Character tones needs to be beneath character ink. So the best Archer seasons for me were like 3 and 4. Starting to find myself returning to old favorites of mine like Sharp, Star Trek The Next Generation, Simpsons. Yep. I too have been revisiting old favorites. When my kids stayed with me, not at the same time, but serially over the summer, I showed them all manner of 80s action sci-fi, like Aliens and to the Terminator series, the first 2 anyway. And what's the big one? Predator. Predator is a franchise that it's really bizarre to me that recent incarnations of it have been so crappy. I mean, it's a pretty easy formula. You don't really need to reinvent the wheel with it. And you've got Shane Black to come back and direct one version of it, and he wrote the original one. And his version is really dumb. I don't get it. I liked Robert Rodriguez's version, Predators. I thought that was good. What I really liked about it was there's no humor in it, really. I mean, there's no bathos. There's no just completely breaking the mood to throw in some slapstick like they do in the Marvel movies. It just takes itself very seriously, which, like a Predator film, should take itself seriously. And that's part of the problem with Shane Black's newest version, The Predator. The humor was just over the top. Alrighty, now what? Hey, Parker's back. Parker says, hello, I had to go and move a bunch of Christmas box decorations up from a basement all of a sudden. Nice to see you back, Parks. I have seen recently a piece on Reddit talking about how Predator 2 is much better than you thought. Yeah, the one with Danny Glover that takes place in L.A., I would revisit that. I have not seen that possibly since I saw it in the theater. Some of its better moments were ripped off from Dark Horse Comics, but, great. Most people will never read the comics. Let's see. Yeah. So the new one, The Predator, packed a season's worth of plot into a movie too, and it was not a good plot either. No, it really wasn't. It was a very bad movie with a really good cast and a good director, and one of those times when the film has everything going for it and still falls on its face. It's sad. But I think Disney owns that property now, and they're not going to let it lie. It was a 20th Century Fox property, as I recall, so they bought the whole Fox library. So it's a potential moneymaker, and they are not going to let it lie fallow. I've seen Predator 2 a few times. I agreed with the article. I was talking recently with a friend about how comic book superheroes generally, a Jewish invention. Have you read The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay? It's the subject matter of that book. Uh-huh. I agree with some comment I saw saying that they should do Predator through history, shifting the setting and date for each show/movie. Yeah, that's the plan for the next one, I think. It's going to be a historical drama. What else? Superman is the quintessential modern messianic archetype. Well, he was until Zack Snyder got a hold of him. if there are any news on the print release of this comic, this one, no, it'll be several months. The first 2 issues will be coming very, very soon. Like within the next couple weeks. All right. Well, let's use those same colors up here. Oh. Wrong layer. There we go. Les, the book I'm talking about is a novel by Michael Chabon. It is called The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay. I will find the Amazon link for you. There you go. What superhero do I most identify with? Are you talking current, like, cinematic superheroes, or are you talking comic book superheroes? Because with the comic book superheroes, my longtime identification is with a character from Marvel called Longshot, who has never appeared in a film. But if you want a more popular and well-known character, let's see. From the Marvel movies, I don't know if I identify with him, but I certainly root for him. It's Captain America. particularly in The Winter Soldier and Civil War. I certainly enjoy Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Tony Stark, but I don't identify with the character at all. Ah, the name Longshot in and itself is self-defeatist and pessimistic. Well, knowing absolutely nothing about the character, you might jump to that conclusion. I would suggest that you familiarize yourself with the character before staking too much on that flash of intuition. He's definitely a very idealistic character. I also quite liked the Wolverine of the comics when Chris Claremont was writing it. It doesn't have much to do with the cinematic portrayal by Hugh Jackman. Although I did very much like his final appearance as the character in Logan. Parker says, I just saw this headline. Warner Brothers moves Dune, Matrix, and all 2021 movies to HBO Max. They're moving Dune to HBO Max? No. No, come on, guys. That's got to be shown in the theater to make enough money to justify a sequel. And they're only doing half the first book in the first film. Ugh. I got email from Amazon.com telling me that my Amazon login would work for the HBO Max app because I subscribe to HBO on Amazon. But I can't find a place to get the app on my Roku TV. And I tried downloading it to my iPad and logging in with my Amazon credentials there, and it did not work. So all I can say about HBO Max is they don't make it very easy to actually access that service. So from my perspective, any programming that goes into HBO Max is basically going into a black hole. For me, that is very bad news that they're going to release Dune on HBO Max. I really don't like that. Let's see, Character Inc. All right. Character tones. Oh, her shirt and her skin tone are a little too close, aren't they? Well, I can fix that with the highlights. Ah, the paddle is blue, eh? All right, that works for me. The bar is low for another Matrix for me, though. Yeah, I have no interest in another Matrix movie. The Wachowskis really hit it out of the park with that first one, and the subsequent two, from my perspective, were well, they just didn't add much. I did like the Animatrix, not all the stories equally, but I'm glad that that got made. But I'm not a big fan of Revolutions or Reloaded. All right. I think because it is late in the week, our friend Ed is out accumulating in his DoorDash role. All right. 15 minutes left. So at this point, I'm just throwing in tones wherever I can. What's going on? I must have something selected. Yes, I do. All right. Oh, Love, Death, and Robots. Yeah, I liked that. Again, like the Animatrix, not, the quality wasn't consistent because it wasn't from a single production company. But I really liked the one that took place, I guess, in Siberia with the Soviet soldiers of various ethnicities fighting ghouls. And one of them getting away, but everybody else sacrificing themselves to take out this nest. I really liked that one. Some of them, like the Akima Blue one, where the famous artist was Basically, the highly evolved pool cleaning robot. It's kind of a long way to go for a joke. But Love, Sex, and Robots, the showrunner there was David Fincher, who is a film director of such films as Fight Club and Panic Room, Seven, Benjamin Button. That was one of his films. Oof. New messages. I've heard that about HBO making it HBO Max difficult for people to watch it in popular ways. Yeah, is that intentional? It strikes me as really dumb. I like that highway chase / fight from Reloaded. I've gone back and just watched that part. Yeah, there are certain scenes from it that I like. I liked the scene in the restaurant with the Merovingian and the cake. Let's see. I like the one where yogurt becomes sentient and takes over. Yeah. That was the only one I watched twice. Also, maybe because it was so short. Les says, I might rewatch Akira, Ninja Scroll, and the original Ghost in the Shell soon. It's been a long time since I first saw them in high school. Yeah, I used to have Akira on VHS, and it was in Japanese with no subtitles, and that's the version I've seen most. Ninja Scroll I have not seen. Ghost in the Shell, the original Mamoru Oshii, I think, was the director of that one. I've seen that many times. I think I still have the DVD around somewhere. Rodney says, alive, writing. Okay, so it says they will release the movies simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max. Well, I'm going to do everything I can to see Dune in the theater. Back, says Lauren. My sister called. Looks like a lot of movie talk. I like Matrix 1 best. Haven't heard they're going to remake it. No, they're not going to remake it. They're going to do a fourth film in the same series. Looking forward to Dune, though. Yeah, me too. In a big way. All right. Hey, Pix, how about some hair? How about some tone in the hair? There we go. Let's turn off the sketch. Hmm. All right. Let's see. If I made the tabletop the same blue as the racket with a paddle, it doesn't really work. So let's make it... Usually these tables are a dark color to contrast with the ball, right? They're like a dark green. Well, I will decide on that tomorrow. I think for the remaining 6 minutes, I'm just going to be touching up little things like this. Now what we got? Oh, don't bother Matrix 4. Yeah, I agree. I just don't care. I wonder if Keanu would be in it. Yeah, he will be. And Carrie Ann Moss and probably... did Lawrence Fishburne's character die? I don't remember. I suppose he would have to. I mean, it's work if you can get it. Well, Keanu Reeves has no trouble getting work these days. He's riding high. Okay, so I guess I'll make the tabletop the same dark gray as her top. That should be very easy. Just boom. And here as well. All right. Oof. 3 minutes. Do I start on Derek? Yeah, why not? Don't cost nothing, as Derek would say. Although I don't think he ever has said that. It's definitely something he would say. It's been fun watching KMO. Catch you next time. Bye, Lauren. It's good to hear from you. Keanu's got nothing on Gregory Peck. Well, except being alive. Whoa. Cheerio. Sayonara. Hasta luego. Hasta mañana. All right. 4:59 p.m. Can't stop. Got to keep going. All right. There may be a walk down the hill for donuts and half and half. And maybe some beer. What the heck? Being alive is a big one. Yeah. You certainly have more options that way. And in spite of some troubles in life and pains and discomforts and humiliations, I definitely recommend being alive. All right. I'm putting down the stylus. It is 5:01. Alrighty, everybody. I'm about to hit the button. So thanks for showing up.